You got to be kidding me. We've done it. Chelsea are on to the next round of the Champions League. Let's say it. Let's say it. Let's say it again. CFC DP back match review. Oh my God, Chelsea. Graham Potter. We felt the energy. We felt it. When you look at where Chelsea are in their rebuild, you haven't had too many nights like this. You haven't had too many nights where the new players can come in, put together a good performance in an intense, must-win environment, and walk out of there with the victory. I don't want to hear about how the goals were scored. Yes, it was a retaken penalty. Yes, Sterling's goal wasn't perfect, but they did it. This is the resiliency we saw under Thomas Tuchel. The resiliency that we all crave as a fan base to just shut them down at the end of the game, diving on balls, getting into little scraps, if you will. That's what we want to see from this team, and they did it. And you saw it at the end. You saw the embrace with Graham Potter, how important this was for not only the players, but Potter. And the players understand that Potter's job's on the line. And generally, you may not like his football tactics, but you can't question the man himself and the guy. And he showed it. He showed tonight, and he showed the fans, he showed his players, we're going to get this result, and they did. They did. So I don't want to hear it. I myself have been very almost not Potter out, but questioning what the identity of this club is. And it's the back three. If you go back 2 videos ago, you'll say it's called Lack of Identity FC. I'll put it up there somewhere. I clamored, why aren't we playing the back three? The structure that this team needs. And you have to get the 2 best players involved, Reece James and Ben Chilwell. And what was the deciding factor in getting those creative chances? Chilwell, Reece. Game over. It's the back three. And I think Potter has finally said, I need, if it's not a back four now, and maybe over the summer we try and implement it, whatever. But for right now, this team needs to play a back three. They have to. More creation, more rotation. You have good center backs back there able to cover. Let's do this. I'm so excited, and I'm trying not to be so fanny as I'm wearing my jersey and my hat, and I think that this is a huge moment for the club. Now we have something to look forward to. I'm not sure when the round of the quarterfinals are, but who cares? Now our games can matter. We're on a 2-game winning streak. So let's continue to build this into what it is. I mean, let's look at the lineup today. It was Kepa in goal. Marc Cucurella was reinserted at left center back. Koulibaly was playing the central center back role, who I thought was really good, very aggressive, shut down a lot of opportunities for Dortmund, especially on long balls up the field. He was aggressive, probably should have scored 2 goals, but he's a defender, so what are you going to do? Hopefully next time he puts them in, but I thought he was really good. Wesley Fofana had a key block in the last few minutes. He was great. Reece James, usually you're saying, wow, what an offensive player, and his defense is obviously an added bonus that we almost take for granted, but you couldn't not take your eye off of it tonight. He was fantastic defensively, physically dominant, just shucking guys off the ball, and really just positionally playing a really strong game. Then you had a midfield of Enzo Fernandez, who was class. And when I said that this is the type of game that a new player needs to see to be like, oh, I get why I came to Chelsea, it's this game. It's this Champions League night type of thing. This is how you play at Chelsea, and this is the environment that you get allowed to play in if you're obviously doing your job. Kovacic was a little shaky in the first half, but I thought he did a really good job of carrying the balls out of kind of the counterattack positions as the second half came on. Then it was João Felix, who I thought was really good as well. Kai Havertz, I mean, you can say what you want about him. I know he's not a striker. We all know he's not a striker. But when he plays in the Champions League, it's the arrogance that we've seen and wanted from him on a more consistent basis. When he's picking the ball up on the touchline, it's just, he's a creative player, tricky, and you see he is a European Nights player. I mean, it's just as simple as that. He finesse wise, there when the lights are on, there's not many better than him, and seeing him and João Felix connect on those was fantastic. So put some cautious respect on Kai's name. And Raheem Sterling with his goal. I thought he was a little shaky in the first half. There were a few moments where I thought he could get in. Probably should have had a couple assists, a couple goals, but the offside flag was raised. But, man, Raheem Sterling was good. That's what you want. That's why you sign him, for big moments like this, to not give up on the play. Even though he whiffed on that, he stuck with it. The ball found him, and he hit it right into the top of the roof of the net. So it was fantastic. Subs. Gallagher came on. He was energy, and that's what you need. Pulisic came on ahead of Mudryk, so Pulisic is back. I think I was talking to some friends, and it's the defensive side of the game. Mudryk needs to get there. Needs to have that work rate up. He can't just save it all for offense, because that's just not going to fly. And that'll be under any manager. That's just not under Potter. He needs to do better at that. But, man, then you brought Ruben in. Zakaria came in. It was impressive. The whole group kind of stuck together, and that's what you want. And as much as we need better tactics and we need to be more clinical and create more chances and all that good stuff, I think the first step in the rebuild is getting a group of guys that can believe in each other and trust in each other. And I think you found that tonight. I think you found that some guys are starting to trust each other, and that was important. It was super important to see. And we'll see where we go from here. I mean, we got a game coming up. I think it's Leicester on the weekend. You want to win that. You don't want to have a let off, because as much as it feels good to win, you got to keep going. You got to keep, piece by piece. So we'll see, but this is a positive. This is a positive night. I think this is something that all Chelsea fans should celebrate, because it's a performance that we've been looking for and an effort that we've been searching for from everybody. And I think we got it. I think we got it from everybody. Kepa was, I just said his name in the beginning, but Kepa was amazing. A couple of really, really great saves from Kepa that really kept us in the game. And we got it. We got the first goal, and we did it. And it's a good feeling. It's a great feeling, because it's a step forward for the club to make it to the quarterfinals, despite everything that's happening to us in the league and everything that's happened to us over the last 18 months, with selling the team and all the transfers and all that stuff. It's sort of like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel here. But we got to keep it going. We can't just rest on our laurels after one good performance. We got to keep the performances up in the league, because maybe there's still a European spot out there. It might not be the Champions League through league qualification. But if you can get yourself in the Europa League, I mean, that's great. That's minutes, and it sucks to play on Thursdays, and I understand. But when you have a big squad and you have young players that are willing to get out there and win, you can go out and win the Europa League. I think that we would be happy to do that. So let's keep the positivity going, because this is a team that needs us. It needs us to be all together and be structured as a fan base and not be so reactionary, and we need to be in good spirits. So I just hope that we can continue on this, continue the players and the manager of being proactive in the league. It doesn't matter that it's a league game or a Champions League. We need to maintain that effort, and I think that's what the fans want. So if they do that, we got no reason not to back them. So I want to thank you all for tuning into the video. My regular camera is dead, so I'm on my computer camera. So if the quality is not what we all want, then I apologize for that. But please go ahead, like, subscribe to the video. Excellent game. We should be so happy about this. And please follow me on Twitter at CFCGP1. I want to hear what you guys think about this, and think about the game, and think about fans, and think about everything. I love the Chelsea conversation, so let's get into it. All right? Thank you. Good night.